Everything's secret this camp. There was a reason.
It is what it is. I bet you when he ran into that kick, he probably broke his shit. Well, those guys just made the easiest paycheck of their life.
Did we all get duped? I mean, he's blew his shit out.
He looked like he was injured on the way out. That was what I was saying.
Something is wrong.
Max landing.
Let's see when he was in that check-in area and he was moving his leg about. I was like, there's something wrong.
Blows out his foot. Chat, I don't even think that's what blew out his foot.
The fans are annoyed. He probably wants to get out of there straight away, doesn't he?
I thought he was just slipping. He just wants to get out. Mate, I've injured my knee in there. It's horrible.
No one expected the biggest talking point after UFC 329 to have nothing to do with the result of the fight. Instead, it all came down to one shocking moment. The second Conor McGregor's knee gave out. A comeback that had taken years to reach was gone in an instant, leaving fans with more questions than answers. Ever since then, the MMA world has been divided. Some believe it was nothing more than a heartbreaking injury inside the octagon. Others have gone back through every moment of fight week, searching for clues that something was already wrong before the opening bell. Then, he threw the kick again.
Throws the kick. Again, I know you'll be saying I'm reading a lot into this in the comments, but just look. Boom. And then it's like a little stumble back. Like, it's not conclusive proof that there was anything wrong, but it's not McGregor at 100% either. Like, that doesn't look great. And then the third time he throws it on the footage, boom, and then he walks away. So we don't actually see McGregor in full flow, like kick, 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 like hammering the pads, or it's almost like, and I'm not saying that this is the case because it's hard to know, when they needed their footage, he's like, all right, let me do the kick I'm going to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, potentially that's possible, because this kick and then him walking off doesn't prove he was fine to me. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, well, he threw the kick on the pads. Aye, and then he walked away immediately. Like, he did three. It's very possible that there was a tear that was bad enough to not be able to win a fight, but that he was still able to pretend for a minute. Very possible. Fighters have done this for time, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I had the man weak in the knees, I guess, so. You know, all jokes aside, I just hope he's good, you know. I know Conor been battling some stuff. Looked like he really been changing. You know, he found God. He had his kids in there, so, you know, during the fight, you could obviously tell his demeanor changed, you know. And I was, you know, shout out to the ref. I was trying to tell the ref sooner, you know. Like, this guy's kids is front row, you know. I don't want to see him take unnecessary damage. Trying to stop the fight, but this is how crazy Conor is. The first time he's on the ground, I was punching him. He's like, fight, fight. I was like, okay. That's why I backed up. I said, stand up there. Let's fight. And then he fell back down, and then the fight was called.
I mean, you've been in the UFC octagon more than anybody, right? But I just wonder, like, I mean, you knew you had a wounded guy, but it's almost hard for you to stay mentally focused. Like, hold on, remember what we're here to do. You know, I got to go hurt this guy.
Not at all, you know. We killers. But at the end of the day, I'm a human being, you know what I mean? I think so. That's why.
Exchange with him and he'd shoot in. What's happened? Oh my God, McGregor's done already. Well, he's finished. The new boy is in town. The main man's here. Know what I mean? I can become the face of the organisation now. But yeah, great. What a performance from me. Don't want to blow smoke up my own ass, but what a performance.
Snaps his foot. And he winces in pain. Fuck! I fucking hate my life! This is the one fucking escape I get, and it's shit! And McGregor's just limping around like my fucking man! Fuck!
No matter which side you're on, one thing is impossible to deny. This moment has become one of the most shocking and debated incidents in recent UFC history. One of the first voices to break it down was Joe Rogan, who immediately focused on the awkward kick McGregor threw early in the fight. Rogan explained that the way Conor planted his foot, twisted his body, and landed afterward appeared to create massive pressure through the leg, making the injury the result of a chain reaction rather than one violent impact. Watching the replay in slow motion reveals why millions instantly began searching for the exact moment everything changed.
What? Oh! Oh, what the f? Nah, it was his left one he broke, but I don't know what the f that was. Nah, this is bad. Yeah, that's bad. What the f? Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. Yeah, hit him. No mercy. What the f? Let him up, let him up, let him up, Max. Go, Max. Yeah. Don't. Oh, whoa. That's us, though. I hit him. Yeah, that's one more for the chosen few. This is where the streak begins.
All right, so let down in Sin City last night. So much expectation didn't come to fruition. It's early in the morning, so I'm heading back to the Bay. It's like somebody broke into my house on Christmas morning and took my gift. I discussed that and more in my live reaction from Octagon side. UFC 329 was a great night, but the main event, that sucked. 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific at my YouTube channel. Don't miss it.
As soon as Conor McGregor crashed to the canvas, the MMA world exploded with questions. Israel Adesanya immediately replayed the sequence, pointing to the very first kick and the awkward way Conor landed, wondering if the damage had already been done in that instant. At the same time, Daniel Cormier admitted the ending felt incredibly disappointing, saying the main event everyone had waited for simply never happened. But instead of ending the debate, their reactions only fueled an even bigger mystery. Was this really just a freak accident, or is there far more to the story?
Here we go. Started off with a kick and slipped. Slipped again. This is a bad start for Conor, jeez. Max is on top. Conor doing a couple of up kicks, but what's going on with Conor? Oh God, is he slipping? Why does he keep slipping? What's going on?
It's gonna be the fastest review ever, this.
Is he in pain or what? Oh, something's up with his leg, innit? What? What's going on? Oh, that's upsetting, isn't it?
Tom Aspinall's live reaction captured the exact moment confusion turned into shock. At first, he thought Conor was simply slipping. Seconds later, everything changed. As the replay revealed something far more serious, the mystery only deepened. But then Dana White stepped in with a statement that completely shifted the conversation.
So, when we were talking about the guy over here earlier asking about there being a pre-injury, just on my accounts, the face-off that day is at 80 million views, right? So, if there was a pre-existing injury, somebody would have noticed it. He was limping, put his shoes on, he ran right at him. I don't think there was. Anything is possible, but he sure didn't look like it. And for 80 million just on my accounts, you know, that number's got to be massive, and nobody noticed anything. So there you go.
Dana White wasn't convinced by the pre-injury theory. He pointed to the viral face-off, viewed by tens of millions, arguing that if Conor had been injured before the fight, someone would have noticed. His comments challenged one of the biggest claims surrounding UFC 329, but did they really settle the debate?
Did he know that before he stepped foot in the cage? Because people are looking at all sorts of footage online now and going, was his knee fucked before he even got in that cage? And did he know that this was a complete waste of time before the bell even rang, you know?
Não tem reação, acho que todo mundo estava esperando a volta do Conor na luta entre os dois e uma fatalidade dessa acontece, faz parte do MMA, não tem muito o que fazer. Vamos esperar o próximo capítulo. Isso é bom para todos nós. Para mim, nada mudou. O próximo capítulo ainda continua sendo eu, Charles Oliveira, bastante vezes.
The controversy didn't stop there. As fans searched every angle of the footage, a new theory exploded across the MMA world. Was Conor already injured before he ever entered the octagon? Despite endless speculation, no solid evidence has backed that claim. Then Charles Oliveira weighed in, offering his own perspective on McGregor's future and the shocking twist that changed everything.
I'm already over it. It's fighting. You know, I'm an athlete. It's part of the game. You spend 8 to 10 weeks to get ready for a fight, and you can never predict what's going to happen in the fight. And if we all knew he was going to, like, watch it right there, boom, yeah. You know, he gets up and tries to fight, and he falls down again. I mean, when you cannot put weight on your legs, there's something you can do. There's just something you can do.
Before Joe Rogan revealed what he believes really caused the injury, another UFC legend had already reached the same conclusion. Demetrius Johnson pointed out that once Conor couldn't put any weight on his leg, the fight was effectively over. Then Joe Rogan broke down the exact movement, explaining how one explosive kick and an awkward landing may have placed devastating pressure on McGregor's knee, changing the entire fight in a split second.
That's not it. What it is you just tried a crazy move. You tried a crazy move, you tried a jumping roundhouse kick, and when you're in that position, when you throw that jumping roundhouse kick, if you don't land in a good way with a supporting leg, you put so much pressure on that knee. The way he landed, he threw the kick, he jumped up, he threw it, and he landed with his knee in the worst position.
Of course, the world would watch him fight Diaz for the trilogy. The world would watch anything he does, especially in combat sports. So a boxing match, it's going to be tough. The thing is, if he did, I'm not sure the extent of his injuries. If it's a torn ACL after 5 years away, that's another year on the sideline. At his age, I think he's done. If he tore his ACL, he's done. He'll never come back the same, you know? And that was the big question coming into this one. Can he pull it all together after this horrific injury and come back? But how many times can you cry wolf before the fans are like, we're not breaking ticket gate records anymore. We're not flying across the world to watch you fight. We know what we get with you. A flash in the pan. How many times can you do this before people start moving on?
As the debate over Conor McGregor's future intensified, Dustin Poirier delivered one of the most brutal assessments yet. He admitted fans would still watch Conor fight anyone, but warned that everything depends on the true extent of the injury. If it turns out to be a torn ACL, Poirier believes another year away could end McGregor's elite career for good. More importantly, he questioned how many comeback promises fans will keep believing before they finally move on.
Myself included, that we as a community care about is simply, what is next? That's all we ever want to know, right? What's next? It's hard for me to make a case. It's hard for me to imagine a quick turnaround for Conor if there is in fact a blown out knee. We're talking about a year right now before you return to the gym. Then if we're looking at delays or anything like this, if we take half the time till his next fight that we took between his previous fight and this fight, he's 40 years old. This isn't realistic. So, do we have nostalgia? Do we thank this young man for the memories? Because I think we'll go in line with what he says. If he comes out and says, hey, give me one more. I'll keep my mouth shut. You owe me one by contract. I want one more. I agree. I've been out too long, so don't let me be out this time. Give me a fight. I think that we'll fall in line. Here's the thing. He would have to do that for love of competition. Why do I say that? You can't main event somebody at this price tag and not...
Chael Sonnen believes the biggest question is no longer who Conor McGregor fights next, but whether another comeback is even realistic. If the injury is as serious as feared, the recovery alone could push him close to 40 before he competes again. Chael says fans would still support one final return, but only if Conor does it for the love of fighting, not because of money or hype.
I just don't, I've had a lot of time with Conor over the past 12 years, and I just don't think he's a quitter like that. He doesn't... That's tough for me. I don't know if that's possible with him. If he wanted a built-in excuse, a storyline that's already wrote itself, and he can blame it on his leg, do something dumb. I don't know if he's that type of guy. I'll say a lot of bad stuff about him, but a quitter, I'm not sure. He's a real competitor and wants to win.
100%.
And I doubt he needed the money. It's not like he said, well, I have to go through this and get into this ring with this injury because I need the money. This is the only way. The guy's got money. It wasn't like he was showing up for a paycheck. I really don't understand what went on. I have no clue.
Despite all the conspiracy theories, Dustin Poirier wasn't buying the idea that Conor entered the fight looking for an excuse. Having known him for years, Poirier shared a perspective that challenges one of the biggest claims surrounding UFC 329. With so many conflicting opinions, one question still remains unanswered. What really happened to Conor McGregor? Only time, and the medical results may reveal the truth.